Hello people, welcome to RS Forex. I am African Rebel and this is where we guide traders from foundations to freedom. So in this video, I'm going to talk about pattern separation, alright? What it is, what it means. I saw two people mention it in our Discord community, someone at the free ends and someone in the premium. Jackson, big ups to you. And the other guy. So let's go to the Discord so we can look at where it was mentioned and why I decided to come and explain further about it to you guys. All right. So without wasting much of our time, if you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, bro. If you like our content, give us a thumbs up. This increases the YouTube algorithm, so we need a lot of thumbs ups. Please like the videos. Say your comment in the comment section, and let's get started. So people, this is our Discord, premium Discord section. This is the ideas and setup section. All right. So if you look at this, someone posted an idea or posted a setup for us to look at. This is in the premium community. Gideon, big ups to you. So he posted it, and when I saw it immediately, I knew there's something wrong with it. All right. So I'm going to tackle all of these things. It will help me show you guys or explain to you guys the topic of this or the theme of this video, which is about pattern separation. Okay, now look at this clearly. If you see it, he's not wrong. What he did here, it is not wrong. What based on rules is very, very correct, because he's marking the trend lines on swing points, right? This is the first swing point, this is the last two swing point. As we always say, when you come on the chart, focus on the current side. The last two is where you look. These are the last two swing points. He is correct, okay? But based on what we call pattern separation, he's a little bit not on the right path, all right? Because there's nothing wrong and correct in this industry. It's just the path you see. If you see selling and a lot of traders are buying, then you're in trouble. So based on pattern separation and based on what I always saying to you guys, when you come on the chart, please focus on the last impulse and the last correction. That is simply pattern separation. Now, defining pattern separation is just when you have a particular price channel, all right? It is simply separating the patterns inside the channel. If you don't understand the difference between price channels and price patterns, please look in our videos and then you get to see a video where I made about price channel and price pattern, so that you can get to understand the difference between the two. Okay, so price pattern price pattern separation is simply separating each price pattern in a particular price channel. All right, in a particular price, price channel tells you the trend, but price pattern tells you the current direction. Okay, price patterns form together to form the price channel. So it is the combination of the patterns that gives us the trend and also gives us the price channel. So pattern separation is literally separating bit by bit all of the patterns inside a particular channel. Okay, now let's come back to the term, or our usual term, or my usual term of telling you guys to always focus on the right side, always focus on the current pattern. I'm sure you guys remember, I don't say focus on the current channel. I said focus on the current pattern. That is where you make, that is where the market is going to go to. That is where the market is going to respect. That is what the market is going to respect. All right. So this is having, it's actually correct based on price channel. The channel we had is correct. It's only ascending here and then giving us a little bit of ascending there too. With this, if it had played according to him, then it would be, is a symmetric triangle giving us an angle here, giving us an ascending trend line here, and whatever is given here. So when they meet, they form an angle. So it is a symmetric triangle. If what he has plotted out is a symmetric triangle, so it is definitely not wrong. It's also a type of price channel or price pattern in Forex, in the trading industry. Okay. Now, when I saw that immediately, I replied to him with this. So this is the setup I give to him. Now, talking about price pattern separation, when you separate the patterns, it is the patterns that tell you what the market will do, not the channel. The channel only shows you the direction the market is in, but the price patterns tells you what to do. And then the pattern that will tell you what to happen next is the pattern you have right now. The one that I've passed showed you what is happening right now. So what is happening right now will tell you what is going to happen next. All right. So from all he had, this was the only thing I saw, and this was the only thing I marked out. And I told him, this is it. We had a sweep here, yes, but right now we are having an impulse here. This is the only impulse that is making sense now. Then we are having this expanding, ascending kind of wedge. This is what the price is saying right now. So we are supposed to either wait for the market to interact with this swing. If it sweeps again, we sell. If it doesn't sweep, we look forward buys to give us a third touch. That was the interpretation of what I give to him here. All right. So immediately Jackson saw it. He's also a smart guy. He just said pattern separation is the key. He said, "Do you see the difference with yours and him? It is pattern separation. Yes, you have to separate every pattern in your channel so that you can know exactly what the market will do next. And most importantly, you have to separate the current pattern from the whole thing. The current pattern tells us what will happen. The current pattern has the highest probability of playing out. So you have to separate the current pattern from what you are having right now. All right. So if you want to join our Discord, our mentorship, please look in the link in the description and come for proper mentorship. So let's go on the chart. That was Euro USD. So let's go on the chart. I'm going to use gold and Euro USD to explain further about pattern separation to us. So let's get on the chart. So this is gold and this is the 1 hour time frame. All right. From I think from 2 weeks ago, or yeah, 2 weeks ago, we had a structure like this on gold. We are having a structure like this on gold. Let's forget about what is happening right now. We had a structure like this on gold. And also, someone asked me about why is it that the market didn't meet up to a particular pattern he was looking at, like this kind of thing. The market don't come here and then it plays out. I'm going to show you as well. Pattern separation is what is happening, and you are supposed to remember. Always put at the back of your mind that it is a current pattern that plays out. Whatever you have, whatever the structure, how beautiful it is, doesn't matter. Okay. So we're having this structure, and when the market was leaving here, we're anticipating wholeheartedly that the market should come to interact with a third touch, right? Anytime you have a pattern, you're anticipating the third touch as a word pattern trader. But if you are doing the pattern separation now, this is the advantages of pattern separation. Pattern separation helps you to manage your trade. It gives you trade management, because when you see a particular pattern that is like you're already in the trade, let's say I took a buy here, right? I took a buy here and then the market is actually going up. Then the whole of this is what I have on the higher time frame, the whole structure I have. Okay. And then inside the structure, there are structure within, which is the patterns, right? The pattern within the pattern. So this is a directional bias pattern for me, because I'm using this knowing that I'm going to go up. All right. So from here, bouncing from here, I'm targeting this guy. So this is my directional bias structure. Can call it a pattern, but this is not a channel. All right, this is expanding, but this is a pattern. If you zoom out, you see the impulse and then expanding, whatever. So this is not directional bias pattern here, but within the directional bias pattern, we have other patterns. We have the patterns within the patterns. Okay, so I took my buy here, right, based on the sweep and whatever. I think we actually took this trade in the community here, this buy. So I took my position here, and then when the market is ascending, or when the market is going my way, separating the patterns that are being formed, like marking out patterns that are being formed, is actually pattern separation. So when the market kept going, I would have been marking out one, I have these two. So I know the market will fall a little, all right, to either interact with this swing point or create another a higher low. So I know that. So this will help you manage your trade. You will not jump out of the trade. You see, normally if you are here and then market start dropping, you get scared. But if you understand pattern separation, you will be safe. So if you separate the patterns here you can scale it, all right? And then why did this pattern not hit here? Now we have this particular pattern here. I don't know what it's called anymore, but you people know when you see it, if you remember. So you have this one too. You know this is an indecision, right? It is until it breaks above or below that you know where it goes to. And this is why I always tell we that whenever we are only pattern traders, we're in trouble. If you don't understand swing points, you're going to be in a very big trouble if you only do patterns. So we had this pattern. Immediately we broke down here, we know that the market is not, there's no need of it going here. Okay, there's no need of it going here anymore. So we know it's time to reverse. So because we know it's time to reverse, it's either you take profit or you start looking for sales instead of even waiting for this guy. You already have separating the patterns tells you what will happen next, even when whatever you are hoping from behind isn't happening, or whatever you're hoping from behind, it will tell you if it's going to happen or not. Easy like that. So I was hoping that the market should keep going up. When I have these patterns, when I separated this pattern from all of the whole thing, I thought that yes, my potential of going up is still there. Separating this pattern from the whole thing, where it broke to, tells you that yes, bro, you have to be careful. The reversal is happening. So pattern separation helps you to manage the trade. Okay, pattern separation is literally separating the patterns inside your overall structure. All right. Now this is another advantage of pattern separation I noticed on gold here too. Now if we had this, let's say pattern separation also help us to evolve. Okay. Now we had this and then we are running down now. So a lot of people knowing just literally evolving, we are going to do this, right? We are going to do this. We also had this. This is how you evolve. You are going to do this. So you have 1, 2, right? And then you have 1 and 2 touch here. The whole of this is 1 touch because when he left here, it didn't go to the resistive trend line. So the whole of this is a touch. So we have this 1 and this 2 and 1, 2. So literally what you should be expecting as a trend line trader is what? The market to come here for the third touch. All right, for the third touch. And if you executed here and anticipating the third touch or anticipating this swing point, which is the next significant swing point, you will still be in this trade, or you will be like you have run out when the whole of this started. You would have run out when the whole of this movement started because you feel like the market is coming against you. But if you understand pattern separation, you should know that you are now supposed to do away with this guy and then focus on the current pattern the market has given to you, which is this one and that, this and this. You're not supposed to focus on this one. All right, so if sometimes you have a structure and then the market is not meeting it, instead it is changing its behavior, you have to look at the current pattern. Separate the pattern from the overall structure. Separate the patterns that the market is giving to you from the overall structure. It's going to help you very well to know what is going to happen immediately. Now let's go back to Discord before we come back to Euro USD. I want to show you something. So this is the Discord free section. If you want to join, look in the link in the description. You can also join the free section and share your ideas here. So this guy, is it Bayi or Bayi? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm really sorry about that. But he also mentioned about pattern separation somewhere, and it also brought my attention like, yes, I have to say it to some of you because I see it's part of the trouble. When I say focus on the current side of the market, we are still having a little bit of trouble. Though pattern separation is literally telling you focus on the current patterns. That is just like the trading term of or the trading terminology, or is it tautology they call those type of English when you're using a particular field English for that field. So that is the trading tautology for you, telling you guys focus on the current pattern. It is separation, pattern separate the current one from all of the things you have. When you separate the current one, what the current pattern is telling you is what you should do. So I'm trying to look at where he mentioned about pattern separation, and then we will go further. He said someone posted something, then he said it's a selling pattern separation, my brother. He said it's a selling pattern separation, my brother. This is what he said. And then the guy said, do you mind showing analysis? And then he posted this. This is what he showed to them. He said he's seen an impulse here. This is literally a correction we all see, and then a continuation to the downside. Now, with just this, it's just as if the whole thing has been exhausted. If he posted only this, it's as if the whole thing has been exhausted because this is the impulse, right? This is the corrective phase, and now we already have the impulse here. But talking about pattern separation, you are supposed to focus on only this guy, this level. This is roughly 75 1s. I can't hop on the chart right now, but I just want to make it clear for us, especially for those of you in the free section. So this is where we are supposed to focus on. This was an impulse. We had a little bit of correction, but it created a falcon flag, gave us an impulse, little correction, came back as an impulse, right, and then went back again to the previous swing, creating another rejection. Then it became the falcon flag. So the falcon flag is what the last pattern there, separating it from the whole of this. We now got the reason why the market is supposed to sell off. So these are the things that brought my mind to let me talk a little about pattern separation to you guys on the free sections. So if you want to learn properly the pattern separation and how to impute them in your day-to-day trading, look in the link in the description and come for proper mentorship. All right, so let's quickly look at Euro USD for the final example, which was the one my friend posted the other day on his chart, Gideon. So this was the Euro USD. You can see he had the structure, right? He wasn't wrong, or he's not wrong, because that is what the rule says. Connect trend lines, connect swing points, and the swing points that are relating with each other is when you connect. They are relating with each other. He connecting it is not wrong. But the fact that he didn't focus on separating the patterns from the whole structure is where the problem comes in. And also it also deals with, when you understand pattern separation, it also deals with a little bit of liquidity. But we are not supposed to talk about liquidity here. Shout out to Wiser. You say I talk a lot and I say a lot of things, right? So thanks for watching. Okay, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, don't forget to say a comment, and stay highest.